Okay, what was your first time on set? And did you have any
Oh
reservations
yes,
about
to go
it?
back to our story. So yeah, so I was like, I want to make an OnlyFans. So I had an OnlyFans, and then I was fucking around with this guy who already like had a Pornhub channel, and he was like, you should do porn, and I was like, me? Oh my god, like I'm just a closeted Tinder hoe because I loved Tinder. Like I was the ASU Tinder bitch.
How many
Woo!
bodies?
At just ASU, I don't know, maybe 200.
Off Tinder
Yeah.
alone?
Wow.
Mhm.
So this is just like
But I like
normal
tested all the
shit.
time. Like my mom
You're
is
just
like
sitting
super like
there.
test test test. So I was
But
getting tested every week.
okay, so when I think about my brief time spent in college, it was like there's all these parties, people going to parties to meet girls and shit. You're telling me that the whole fucking college is on Tinder just deciding who's gonna fuck who.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you just make that radius bigger.
As you get
And
more
you drive up to
desperate.
Scottsdale and you're like, "Oh,
It's so weird. 'Cause
where
you're
do you
all
work?
sitting
Intel?"
in your dorms and just swiping left and right on each other, and then when you meet up like down the hall or what?
Yeah, I mean, you just like say, "Hey, you want to meet up at like the Dutch Bros or you want to meet up at
That's
In and
so
Out or
crazy
you
to
want to
me.
meet up like Tempe Town Lake? Like where do you want to meet up?"
I just felt like when I was young, there was so much of a dance of like the girls don't want to be considered whores, and the guys want to fuck, but they're trying to act like they really like the girl, and you're
Yeah.
just making it sound like that is just out the window. Everybody's on the
Interesting.
same page. Everybody's just like, yes, we're horny. We're gonna meet on this app. We're gonna fuck. It's like the whole world
Yeah.
became gay people, really.
What?
Well, because like Grinder is crazy because it's like it's all dudes and they all want to fuck each other.
Yeah,
So it's
they
just
know what. Yeah, I
like
don't play games like that
if you've ever
either.
been to a gay club or a gay bar, you just realize like, oh, these motherfuckers are fucking because they're like all just as horny as me, but they're directing it at each other. Like the women
Yeah.
are just there's no women; they're just all mutually down. And you're making it
Damn.
sound like college is like that, which is pretty wild. I was born a few years too early, I gotta say.
I could not imagine.
No, but it was very fun. But I was like, you know what? Like, I like this OnlyFans thing, but I won awards, and I said that from the beginning. I said I won awards. I want to be like number one. I want to be on all the box covers. Like, I want magazines. I want merch. This isn't like I'm not gonna just throw my like rest of my fucking life away just to go fuck on camera a couple of times. Like, this is serious. So
Mm.
I told my mom and my brother, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do porn. And they're like, oh, we could have seen that coming.
They knew.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, well, you know, as long as you like just stay true to yourself and you just, you know, no means no. And so obviously I've had to learn that because I've been in a lot of weird situations
Side
since
question:
I started.
what
but,
percentage of girls do you think at your college had OnlyFans?
I mean, they would always like secretly be like, I like sell foot pics.
Right.
And you're like, for fucking how much? Like $10? Like really? Like, come on,
Mm.
girl, you gotta get
So ma-
packaged together. You need
yeah.
to have a subscription every
So
month.
many
like,
normal girls have like bullshit ass fake OnlyFans because we know
Yeah,
girls
or,
who
like,
will never
pictures in
post
their
the link, but you
panties.
could DM them for it
Yeah.
for some reason. That's supposed to like make it different and shit.
I mean,
I've heard a million girls tell me I'm gonna start an OnlyFans for my feet, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure. Who the fuck cares? Like,
if you're like jerking dicks with your feet every day, for
Yeah.
sure, and then yeah, you'll have a fan group for that. But
yeah, your face is gonna have to be in these photos at some point for these guys to really
could
care,
you
right?
imagine like just only taking pictures of your feet all day? I'd be so bored.
There's-
I would like want to start like making like toe jewelry and shit like that. Like fucking do something.
Change your polish every day.
Imagine how
Yeah.
ugly you have to be that the only hot part of you is your feet.
Well, people just want to stay anonymous.
I didn't say it,
That's
you
all
did.
it is, right?
I'm just saying, like, if you were actually hot, you would probably show the
There's
rest
a
of your
girl I
body, right?
follow on TikTok,
Well-
and she just wears a ski mask all the time. She's a ski mask girl, and she does everything in her
There's
ski mask.
so many rappers who have done that over the years that I can't be impressed by a girl doing
She's
it.
really popular. I don't know.
I know, but I'm just saying that in
it's
rap,
a fetish
that's like
thing. It's
Yeah.
such a fetish thing.
I've known like 10 rappers, mostly in the UK, who that was their thing, is they just wear a ski mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, but like now there's like a porn star's doing it, and I'm just like too old. I'm like, all right, whatever. No, but we should totally bang her.
So weird. Oh
I
my
don't even-
God.
Yeah.
Hater.
No, but I mean, wearing a full face mask makes everybody look hot, pretty much. I think.
Well, it just depends on like what you want your brand to be. Like when you're a porn star, like do you really want your brand to be a balaclava on your head? Because then every single thing you do moving forward, you have to have that on.
But
So-
meanwhile, you get to go to Whole Foods and nobody
Mhm.
knows who you are.
I think that's why people do it.
I mean, I still go to Whole Foods and no one knows who the fuck I am. I'm chilling. Like, nobody is like, oh my god, Blake Blossom, oh my god.
Someone's
like,
gonna come
unless
to
I'm in
you.
Vegas. I was in Vegas the same
Mm.
time as like the World Poker Tournament, and I was like, this is fucking really overwhelming.
Really?
All
So
those
a lot
guys
of
are
old
watching
guys
your
here.
porn.
Us poker guys, we like to beat off, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. Like, you know who I am? And they're like, yes, can we buy you drinks? And I'm like, no, I don't want any drinks from you, sir.
But you know what is weird is that I feel like that porn star girls don't really get recognized that much in public, period.
I mean, unless you're like Abella, Angela,
Yeah.
Lisa, and, you know, Stormy,
I'm
maybe Mia Malkova.
anytime
you know,
I'm
like
in
the
public
big
with
people.
with
Lana.
famous porn stars, it's just they don't really get recognized as much as like you might think. But definitely the ones you're talking
I
about
feel
there.
like it's
yeah.
also that people are like don't want to be open about
Yeah.
knowing who the
Yeah,
other
like
person
if a guy's
is,
with
you know?
his family and he like sees me at Walmart and
Yeah.
I'm like,
I got a
"Hi," like,
DM in Italian being like, I just saw you at the Italian zoo. But like this person didn't say hi to me, but they were just like, because they're clearly with their family. It's
Yeah.
a zoo, right?
mhm.
Like, oh wow, there's just like people they'll just DM you later, but then
Yeah,
they don't say
that
hi in
happened
public,
to me
you
in
know?
Vegas. We had someone like posting videos of us like walking down like Fremont Street, and we were like, "Who the fuck was that? Like, how are all these videos of us like walking down Fremont like all over Twitter?"
Wow.
It's so creepy.
then
Yeah,
you get,
but
like,
I like carry a taser, so I'm like, I'll fuck up anybody.
But
like,
that's a
come
little
near me,
window
I
into
dare
what
you.
it's like to be like a real fucking celebrity getting followed around by paparazzi and shit. Imagine how weird that
I
must
didn't
be.
even see
Yeah.
them. That's why I was like, I would have totally been like, oh my god, let's take a picture. Like, I
Mm.
don't charge for pictures. Like,
Do girls do that?
yes.
That's so weird.
But that's what it's like for real
Yes.
celebrities is that you'll be fucking some chick on a beach and you'll be laying in some disgusting position. Your body looks horrible and there's a guy on a mountain 500 fucking miles away with a crazy
Yeah, like a
lens.
sniper fucking
And then that
lens.
photo's like on the cover of People magazine of your cellulite looking worse than it's ever looked before. Granted, I don't feel like they do this as bad as they used to, but this used to be like every cover of People magazine. Look at how fat this girl looks.
Yeah, now it's more
It
like
was
body
crazy.
pause. And
I feel like it's harder to get away with that now. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were very fat phobic back in the day.
Crazy.
Now they're like, yay, fat.
We like
We
Lizzo
love
now. Yeah.
Shout out Lizzo. She did play
Oh,
that
Lizzo.
she played the like crystal like flute that was James Madison, and they've never let anybody play that before. And he used to like own slaves and stuff. And so they
I didn't
literally
know
were
all
like,
that
Lizzo,
context. Wow.
play this.
I just knew
Yeah.
she played a flute. I did not know any of
It
that
was
context.
James
Wow.
Madison crystal flute. They've never let anybody play it, and they let her play it.
Now I understand why
And that's
everybody
why I
was
was like,
freaking
they're
out.
like, fuck you.
There was so many
Oh, I
people
didn't know about
talking about
this.
this on Twitter, and I never really bothered to figure out why people were so concerned with her playing a flute. But that makes sense.
Did we ever finish
Maybe.
your story of the first day on set?
Oh my god. See, I
'Cause I wanna know
have
what
severe
happens.
ADHD, so
No,
like
I think Adam interrupted you to ask you how many girls at your college had an OnlyFans.
he's like, wait,
Oh,
how
my bad,
many?
my bad.
I'm here to keep
How
everything
many
on
girls
track.
are there?
I'm just like freaked out by the new reality.
I know, it is crazy.
But no, I literally was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be this bitch, Blake Blossom. I was like, I wanted a fucking emoji, so I'm gonna pick an emoji, and I picked the flower, and I was like, perfect, Blossom. I want a boy name, Blake, perfect. And then my first scene was with Jake Adams, rest in peace. He died
Oh.
last year. So it's always like crazy when people ask me about, you know, my first scene, but like he fucked the shit out of me. Like it was crazy. Like we were on FaceTime with my mom, like while he had the Hitachi.
Wait,
Wait
what?
a minute.
Yes, I had this all planned. I was literally like,
Wait,
Mom, I'm
what?
gonna FaceTime you when I'm there, because I wanted my scene to like pop off. Like, you know, like how Kendra Sunderland like got popular because of she got kicked out of the
Yeah. So you wanted
being
your viral
library
moment,
girl,
and
so
you
I was
pulled
like,
your
I'm-
mom into it?
Wait, so
she wasn't actually like on camera, but
let me
you
just get
know.
this broken down for the TikTok editor real quick.
You
So
can watch the video. Let's
you-
pull it up.
you're saying your first ever adult scene,
Mhm.
you were getting dick down by
No, not actually dick yet. It was a Hitachi on my vagina.
Okay.
He was holding it, but he was naked, so his dick was out.
And you FaceTimed your mom.
And I was like, hey, Mom, we're about to start.
And this wasn't out of the ordinary. This was cool by her. She was happy to see this.
Well, I told her I'm going to call you, like, right before we start. And she was like, okay.
So
But
they
I don't
included
think...
this in the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So what did they title it? Girl calls her mom on
I don't
porn
know.
set?
Like, blonde, big titty bitch. I don't know. They